Hello, my name is Dr. Caitlin, and I have a question for you. Have you ever wondered what happens to your food after you eat it? Let me give you a clue. It's a 9-letter word. Here, I'll give you some time. Time's up. What's your answer? That's right, folks, digestion. You may be wondering, what is digestion? If you want to know, then keep on watching this video to find out. Let's start off on the easy stuff. Digestion is the process of breaking down your food. Have you ever heard of the term food fuels our bodies? Well, the truth is, it does. Food provides our body energy and nutrients so we can be healthy and active. Parts of the digestive system we will be talking about today are the teeth, tongue, esophagus, stomach, liver, pancreas, gallbladder, small intestine, and the large intestine. Don't worry, everyone. It's simple. Take a look at these cards I made to help everyone understand. Let's start from the top. Teeth and saliva work together to loosen, tear, cut, and grind food so it can be swallowed easier. Saliva does moisten the food and makes it easier for it to swallow, but it is also part of the chemical breakdown of your food. The tongue pushes your food to different parts of the mouth, and it helps your esophagus get ready to swallow by pushing the food backwards. The esophagus is an 8-inch tube that connects to the stomach and keeps food from going down the windpipe. An involuntary muscle movement called peristalsis pushes food through the esophagus. Since we're on the topic of peristalsis, let's watch a video clip of what it looks like so you can better understand. Peristalsis is a smooth muscle movement used to push food through an organ. As you can see, the food is passing through the large intestine in a wave-like manner, which just happens to be the peristalsis. The stomach releases acids and enzymes that chemically break down the food, but the churning motion of the stomach physically breaks down the food. A full stomach digestion takes about 4 to 8 hours. This is what the churning motion looks like. Churning is the smooth muscle that pushes around the food to further break it up physically. Once the food in the stomach is ready to move on, it passes through the duodenum. The liver produces nutrients for the small intestine. It also produces bile for the digestive system and processes the nutrients. The pancreas secretes enzymes for use by the small intestine to further break up the protein-filled food. The gallbladder holds bile from the liver until it's needed to digest foods that are high in fat in the duodenum of the small intestine. 90% of digestion occurs in the small intestine, but the main function of it is to absorb the nutrients and minerals from food and send them into the bloodstream. The large intestine absorbs water from the remaining digestible food and passes any unneeded waste from the body by excreting it from the rectum. I'm sure you all are wondering what it looks like to have your food digested. So I'm going to show you a hands-on experiment. So, as you can see, I have a regular peanut butter sandwich, a small dish, and some scissors. The scissors represent your front teeth, the bowl represents your mouth, and the sandwich represents, well, a sandwich. When you bite into the sandwich, the front teeth rip the part off that you're going to be chewing. Once the front teeth have ripped off all the parts of the sandwich, it sends them to the back of the molars. And traveling to the back of the molars, your food will meet some saliva. Now you are at the molars, and we are going to use this masher to help mash the food. Now let's say you're thirsty and want some milk. The milk will also help moisten your food, but it is not needed to digest. So you don't have to be drinking milk all the time to digest your food. It just helps, but you don't need it. Now everything is chewed up, so it's going to travel to the stomach. The food slides down the esophagus to get to the stomach. We are going to pour the sandwich into our makeshift esophagus, and then we're going to cut a hole through it, to show that the esophagus slides through a hole, so.
I've seen a lot of pain since I was a child, so wait for me.
Digestion is messy, kids. It didn't do this when I practiced this earlier. So here is our makeshift esophagus. We'll cut a hole in this over the stomach. Now that we have our peanut butter sandwich in the stomach, we are going to pour in some Coke to represent the stomach acids. Look at those stomach acids. Yes, I know this looks really gross, but it's actually pretty realistic for what it is. So, as we are chewing the food, we're going to talk about how the liver, bile, the pancreas come into play. It really depends on what food you're eating, because each part of the digestive system has a different job and harvests or produces different chemicals that help with specific food. So if you're eating a specific food that doesn't need the chemical that one organ produces, it usually doesn't get it. Okay, now we are going to move the food into the small intestine. And then this is the small intestine for today. The food from the stomach passes through the duodenum and it goes into the small intestine. Some liquids are coming out at the sides, and that is because the small intestine takes away the remaining water. So yeah, those are the liquids you're seeing. The end would be the toilet. Hopefully this video helped you understand the digestive system. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. The question of the day is, what is your favorite food?